And welcome to Rose Red Homestead, where we're pretty excited. Are you excited?
Oh, I'm excited. I'm always excited to be with you.
Like that's the purpose of this
Oh,
video.
absolutely.
We are going to start on a project today that we wanted to do for a really long time, and that is making a backyard fire pit. This is the last thing we wanted to add in our redundancy system for being able to cook off grid. But we are doing it in a very special way. First of all, we've hired our really good friend Barrett, who is a contractor and has helped us with other things on our house. He has the tools and the know-how and
Know-how, yes.
oh,
yes, know-how.
absolutely. And he has such a creative way of thinking through things and figuring out things. We have no blueprint. We have no plan. I saw something on a little video clip someplace, and it gave me the idea, so I verbalized it to Jim and also to Barrett, and together we've kind of come up with a plan. This is going to be an
experiment.
Yeah, well, we all are always experimenting, aren't we? So it is, we're not going to be creating a work of art. This is a backyard country elevated fire pit. Elevated because we don't want to get down on the ground and have to cook. But it's going to be quite versatile as well. So he should be here any minute, and then we will get started on this great project. I hope it goes really fast because I can't wait to try it. All right, we are back, and this is Barrett, and we are so grateful to have him working with us. As you can tell, Barrett rarely needs a ladder.
Very rarely, yes.
He can just reach up to the ceiling and fix the fan and do whatever. So we have had this idea, and we worked it over and talked it over with him. So are we pretty secure on what we're going to be doing?
I think so. I think we got a pretty good idea.
Okay.
I'm sure the project's going to morph along the way a little bit.
So we'll be creative.
Good.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's going to walk around and show us some of the stuff that he brought this morning that are going to be the parts and explain what it's going to be doing. So lead the way.
So what we're going to be trying to build here is a elevated fire pit that's going to have rocks elevated up probably around 4 feet high, and a place to build a fire so that we can do some Dutch oven cooking on an elevated stage. And this is kind of the rack that is going to be in there horizontally, going to be raised and lowered so that we can set the Dutch ovens on there and we can manage the heat well.
And so that is the rack that my brother built.
Yes.
Okay. That's
he did a beautiful job.
Thank you.
And these right over here, these are the posts that I've got, the poles to plant in the ground on either side, separated so that the rack can mount to this and go up and down, hopefully. So we've got a bunch of odds and end pieces. We're going to patchwork this thing together. So we got some, for the lifting mechanism, we got this pole, which is above every garage door, with these pulleys on the end that have cables, and this is going to be across the top of those poles, and with the cables going up and down to be able to raise and lower the rack.
So that is not a new piece of equipment, right?
Nope, that we got for free. We got all of this stuff for free out of their junkyard, which is perfect.
Okay, it's perfect. That is just great.
And then I went and scrounged some rebar. That's going to be our guide rails that are going to be welded onto those poles, standing off of the poles probably an inch. And actually this piece, we're going to use this square tube that will just slide right over that so that it can just slide up and down freely. And the rack will be mounted to this. So it'll make a lot more sense as we get into the project, into that part of it. And you're probably wondering what we're going to use for our cranking mechanism to raise and lower, to rotate that bar at the top. We're going to use this boat winch, for a hand winch for a boat to load it onto to load the boat onto the trailer. So,
What's the fencing?
oh, the fencing, that is the structure of,
Your
that's going to
pit.
hold our river rocks in that. That's going to be kind of the structure of the fire pit. It's kind of like a gabion basket where we have the mesh on both sides and then we fill it in with the river rocks. So that's the kind of the design that we're going to be doing, but it's a little more pliable so we can make it kind of oval, roundish shape. And then in the middle, it's going to be dropped down and there will be some rocks in there as well where the fire will actually be.
Cinder rock.
Okay, we got to get these poles so that they are sitting plumb with the world so that everything will work properly, because if we don't get this part done,
And it's over.
it's all over. We'll be chasing our tails and fighting. I'm going to use the rebar that we're going to use for the guides and this that we're going to use for holding the grate, and we'll just get them set plumb so that when we pour the concrete in the hole, it will be, oh, that one's perfect. That one's almost perfect. There, let's get it plumb, and then we'll measure. 51.5 inches from pole to pole is what we're after. Then we can
Figure
tree
it
that
out.
up. And then
Okay.
we just,
Oh,
see that?
oh,
Yeah, see that?
I see that. That's nice.
Right? Because we're digging into the ground,
Yeah.
and so it's just
Oh, that's
Oh,
so
look at that.
nice. That is nice.
perfect.
Bravo.
We might be lucky in that.
So it is day 2 of our project. Looks like Barrett is bringing in a lot of stuff. I see some welding helmets there. I see you have 2 of those, Barrett.
That's right. You're gonna get to help.
Oh, I think it's
Oh,
Jim.
Jim. Yep, we'll get one on Jim.
So here's a pile of the river rock that Jim and I have been bringing over. And the poles are ready for some action here. So we're going to get going.
So because our axle needs to be level, so that the grate will be level and everything works properly, we need to make sure these posts are the same height. So we're doing that by using this piece of angle iron, which is going to be part of the process, part of the brackets and things that we weld up. And I just put this little level that's magnetic on one side on there. And I guess I can put it right here where I can see it, and then I'll just let it rest on one post, the shortest post, and then I'll just bring it down to where it sits level. And then I will take this marker and mark it. And that's where we're going to cut it off. All right, we're going to use this metal cutting bandsaw so it won't be flinging sparks everywhere. Cut this post off.
Oh my gosh, that was,
nice.
whoa. That was just almost like through butter.
We'll use the axle to line everything up. So put these little, I want to call them hubs. They're going to be welded to the top of the post.
Yeah.
And we'll just have the axle go across and be our tool that lines them up. Doesn't start moving around on us.
That's very nice.
She spins.
Now that axle was again part of a garage door setup,
Yep.
and you just scrounged that from somebody who had one.
Yep, out of a boneyard.
Can I be Darth Vader?
Okay, so here's Jim the welder.
Right.
Show us your helmet. It looks like Day of the Dead.
I'd rather be Darth Vader.
Okay, are you ready to go?
Yeah, let's see what I can do. Oh, that's much better.
Yeah, you can see a much better. Get the gun just a little closer. You want the tip of this nozzle about
Actually touching?
half inch away from the metal. So push it in, pull the trigger,
Yeah.
and then drive it in. Okay. All right, I think you're out. Oh, look at that! Good job, Jim.
Oh, really?
Oh, here is Jim's weld up close. So what are we calling that piece?
Or guide rail.
Okay, so that is the guide rail. And the angle iron right above Barrett's hand is where the grill grid is going to be bolted back on in place so that it will ride up and down.
Actually, back, hold it.
Okay, so we have our grill grid now balanced in place. Going to put the bolts back into it. Oh, this is going to be so fabulous.
Going the right way now that I'm thinking about it.
Okay, now we can all ooh and ah.
Ooh, ah. So you're cranking that way.
Oh, this one.
So how?
Okay, that's all right.
That's all right. So then pull up on it. Pull up on this.
Yeah.
Now release it. Now flip it down.
Okay.
And then as long as that's not flipped into place, you've got control over it. There you go.
Oh, that's nice.
So we're here now on day 3, and when I say day 3, I don't mean full 7-hour days. We've
No.
spent about 2 hours a day to 4 hours a day, and Barrett has just trained Jim in how to use the, what's it called?
Plasma cutter.
The plasma cutter.
Training. Use that term loosely.
So
Oh no, he's an expert now.
Yeah, right.
now that he's an expert on welding, he's going to take on the plasma cutter. And I put one of our Dutch ovens over on the grill grid, and the feet go through. And so Barrett suggested we cut some little coasters to put under the legs. And so that's what Jim is doing in this piece of metal. So we can watch for a second to see
They're just
how
going to be
he does.
random geometric shapes. Set the wire all the way down. Now pull the trigger again. There you go. Yep. Now just bend it up and down. There you go.
So there we have our first coaster.
We'll clean up the edges after he's done. But today we're going to make sure that this is fully operational, fully together, trimmed off and done on this part so that the grate will move up and down properly. And then if we got time today, we'll work on getting the fencing up around here so that we can start loading up with the river rock.
That'll be so great. Can't wait.
I know, it's exciting.
So here are the shapes that Jim cut, and he's now using the grinder to trim off the edges. But I just think those are as cute as can be. Those will be great for putting under the legs of Dutch ovens.
So what we're going to do here with this boat winch strap is I cut the part that has the hook on it off so that we can use that for another project another day. But I'm going to fold this over so that it's double thick. And then we're going to attach it to this pulley using these sheet metal roofing screws. And to put the holes in this so that it doesn't fray the fabric, I'm going to use this soldering iron and just melt a nice clean hole through there, and it will melt this nylon perfect. It's like drilling a hole through fabric.
Wow.
It'll just need to be snug, and it won't matter that there's a little lump underneath the strap as it goes over. That's not going to hurt anything. It's not going to affect the way it works. Several revolutions to make sure we've got enough. Okay.
Oh my goodness sake. Cool, cool.
Now let's get this cable routed so that it's going the right direction in the grooves. There we go, we've got it going the right way. Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Very nice. The moment we've been waiting for.
So Jim is coming over. There's Barrett, and I'm behind the camera.
Yep, now let's see how.
Oh, that looks nice.
Oh, perfect.
Look at
perfect.
that. Look at that.
Woohoo!
Doing just what it's supposed to. And to go down, push forward on the crank, and then release the catch. We have to hold on to it
Yeah,
so that it doesn't just free fall, because if we let go, it's going to free fall.
Yeah, it will.
How are we looking on level there?
Pretty good.
Fine.
Pretty good?
Yeah. Here we are preparing to put the fencing around. We will be putting a double wall of that fencing material around to form the basic shape of the fire pit. And we've leveled the ground just a little bit so everything will function properly. This is our basic accomplishment for the day. We have the inner wall of fencing put in place, and it works just beautifully. And so the next step is to put the second wall around, about 8 inches wider than the one that you see, and then we will start loading rocks. So it's getting very close. Jim and I put in some time this morning getting some rock loaded in the bottom of the center part of our fire pit. So here it is. A little tough to see in the shadows, but it's behind the inner fence. And today, once Barrett gets here, we're going to put the second row of fencing around and fill that so that this whole thing then will become the area where we put the fire right here, and then the wall will be right out next to it. So Barrett should be here shortly, and we'll get busy on more things, hoping to get finished in the next few days. Okay, we're here with Barrett, and he's going to tell us what we've done so far and where we're headed.
I think we're on day 20, I think.
It seems like it. It
feels like it.
For sure.
I think,
What do you think, Jim?
Probably 30, 35.
yeah. Just like the government shutdown.
Yes.
So, I think we're kind of paralleling that, it feels like. We're about ready to have our own shutdown, but so what we're doing here is we're putting the rocks down inside the fencing basket, whatever you want to call this thing. And we're putting big ugly rocks in the middle because that doesn't matter at all. And I don't know if you can see down there, we've got baling wire tied across to keep them from spreading as much as possible. And we loaded that up, probably about 10 inches or so first. And now we've got this perimeter fence up, and we're loading that with the prettier river rock.
So it's a double fence, and that's where the river rock is going, and it's starting to look really, really nice down at the bottom.
It's going to have a little bit more of an organic feel to the, it's not going to be perfectly straight.
No.
And we weren't going for that. If we were going for that, we would have used really, really stiff fencing, but we wanted to have a little more organic feel and more interest. So, and then we're taking these little bits of wire, and down here we'll fill it up a little ways with the rock so that we can still push them so they're still movable. And then we take this wire and tie it onto the inner fence. Get that all wrapped around a couple times so that it won't slip. And then we pull that through and push the fencing in so that it keeps it relatively straight, and then wrap that around a few times, and we just let it go wild on the inside because the rocks are going to cover all that up. We won't even see that. So yeah, that's where we're at, and we're just, what are we? We're almost 10-12 inches high with our rock now, and we're going to come up with the inner rock up to about 10 inches from the top is where we're going to stop the rocks in the middle, but these on the outside are going to go all the way to the top, so we'll have like a little countertop, a little rock wall look right here on the top. So things are going pretty good.
And you just brought a wheelbarrow over of,
Just some random lava rock that we got for free.
cool. And so that's going to go right here in the middle, right?
Yep, it's going to go in the middle, and then we're going to put a layer of, probably about a 2-inch layer of cinders over the top of that, so it looks nice and tidy and neat. And
Good. I can't wait for that part.
I know, right? I'm looking forward to the cinders.
Woo. So here we are at the start of a new week. Over the weekend, Jim and I filled up the little fence all the way around. So we've got that part done. And all these big lava rocks down here that Barrett has brought in, and he's now bringing in some cinder rock. So how are we doing?
We're doing fantastic. I think it's going pretty darn good. It looks really good. We're doing a little zigzag wire pattern on the top to tie that top layer together, and then we'll put some flat rocks on top of the wire. It will push down so it'll be underneath the flat rocks. So hopefully you won't see that wire, but then we've also dumped this crushed basalt in on top to give us a nice smooth bed for the coals and fire to sit.
So Jim and I have named this thing the Rock Goblin because all it does is gobble up rocks. So Jim has been busy doing the zigzag wire. So we're within striking distance in the next day or two, aren't we, Barrett?
Yep.
Okay. So all that is left then is what?
We're going to pressure wash all these rocks on the outside to get the dust off of them, and we're going to also put a little thin clear coat just to make them come alive.
Okay.
And I think we'll be just a little short on our small rocks down inside today, but we'll get some more for tomorrow, and we'll get this thing buttoned up.
Okay, sounds good.
This is filling in really nicely.
So that's the surface where we're going to be building our fires, isn't it?
Yep.
So that's the end is inside. Yay.
The end is here.
All right, so look how nice this is. We put flat rocks along the top. We have the grill grid down. It can go down a little bit farther, but that's how we have it right now. Barrett has gone to get his pressure washer. So the layer right there underneath is looking pretty good. We have a couple of little icebergs poking up, but he's going to bring some more rock tomorrow to finish that off. Oh my goodness. It's just looking fantastic. And so is Jim. Hi, Jim.
Hi, how are you?
Jim always looks fantastic.
Yes, he does. Oh, I'm so pleased. And Barrett used his grinder to grind off some of the ridges along the rebar. Yeah, thank you. The rebar. So this goes really smoothly. Okay, time for the pressure wash. So here we are on the very last day of production for this, and Barrett is spraying everything with a clear coat, and ooh, it just looks so nice and shiny. How long will it take that to dry?
Well, it says 24 hours, but within a couple hours it should be all not creamy looking anymore. It should be
Okay.
all clear. So
And we'll just put the last of the cinder rock in the middle, and it looks gorgeous. So in just a few minutes, we're going to have high fives and celebrations that we are done with all this.
that we will. No,
Certainly not
no.
mine.
The proof is in the pudding. It's right there.
Oh, it is just beautiful. Hooray, we're finished.
We finished.
We are
High
finished.
fives.
Yeah.
High five. Good job.
Thank you.
Oh, this
Oh.
is
Good job.
glorious.
You did a fabulous job.
Oh, I
Putting-
should say.
helping us put it
Turned out
together.
fantastic.
So as we move forward with our new fire pit, you can expect more videos on all different kinds of ways that we're going to be using this fire pit as another way that we can do off-grid cooking. So this is the last of the redundancy systems I think that we have planned for off-grid cooking.
At least
Yes.
for a while, I'm sure.
So thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you very soon for lots more videos, especially featuring our new fire pit.
The goblin. The
The rock goblin. It gobbled up all those rocks.